My absolutely beautiful astrology soulmates, and I'm sorry this is a bit of a impromptu live video. I usually try and let you guys know that I'm coming a little bit, so this one is a bit more impromptu, but I know that we've got a very big eclipse coming tomorrow, and I wanted to make some space to talk about it, not because I think that you're not informed or anything like that, honestly. I think that other astrologers have covered it just brilliantly. I obviously read the work of my fellow colleagues and things like that, and I think that everybody's doing an absolutely beautiful job. But I wanted to come in and talk specifically in this space and in our platform. Hi, everybody. Because I had a couple sessions today and just throughout last week and leading up to today, this high amount of energy with people actually being a little bit in a panic about the eclipse energy. And as I was going through the day, I debated if I wanted to come on and do a live or not. And I just feel like, let's have a minute together. Let's breathe here together for just a minute, because this is actually not a time that needs panic. There's no panic necessary at this particular time. I think if we can keep in mind as we are talking about this eclipse, that an eclipse is not going to make something happen, right? It's not going to make anything happen. What's been what's been the direction of energy that's already been playing out in our lives, these are going to be the things that we're now going to have the opportunity to take notice of. And we can do that without just flipping our tacos out completely. You know what I mean? So let's talk a little bit about this. You're probably well informed of what's going on with the eclipse, but let's talk a little bit about what's happening. So first of all, the eclipse is coming in tomorrow, early morning, June 10th. Here we are. It's time. We're back in the saddle. But remember, we've already been in eclipse season. So the energy has been going. And it's a high intensity energy when we're talking about nodes. When you have an eclipse and we're talking about the nodes, this connects to us. This connects to this heart center, this soul center, I think, in a way that nothing does. And we have been in this little bubble in this last year where we've been really contained from each other's energies. And now the world is starting to pick up speed all over the place. Even the places who've come back into a lockdown, it's that like shift of energy that has happened. And so it has changed the energy that we have available to give and to receive from one another. So I think that this is very important to understand that even at a soul level, we've been shaken and not stirred. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely been some movement in that energy. Now, the eclipse itself, I have to point out the most significant aspect that we have, and it's the one that I want all of us to take a deep breath with and put it into our back pockets. And that is that the sun and the moon are together. This is still our new moon for the month. And when the luminaries are together, absolutely anything is possible. Absolutely anything is possible. Now they're coming together with this profound set of possibilities available to us. We can plant these seeds of intention to begin something really nice for the next 6 months. And we've already made space for that something to begin with this lunar eclipse. We already started to make space for it, right? Now, what we've got is we've got exactly this North Node in Gemini. We've got the eclipse energies actually happening at 20 degrees of Gemini, and we've got the ruling planet of Gemini energy in retrograde. So this is prime real estate for us. Don't stress. Don't worry. Let the energy happen and swirl around you and ride the wave of it, because Mercury retrograde takes this eclipse for all of us into a state of backwards. The ruling planet of this eclipse is backwards, right? So go backwards. Look, what's been on your mind? Maybe have you been trying to have conversation, make decisions, make some plans moving forward, and you're like, I have no clarity. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if I'm coming. I don't know if I'm going. I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me just yet. I don't feel like it's solid down here with me yet. So remember, You already have the information. You already have the circumstances at your fingertips. This retrograde energy takes this eclipse backwards, which also gives us 6 months to say, okay, I really wanted to start working on this. I really wanted to get caught up on this. I really wanted to, the other thing is that I've been thinking about this for a very long time, and it seems like I just can't come to an answer as to what to do next. That's okay. Think about where you've already been. This is an eclipse that I think helps us get sorted. I think it is a mercurial eclipse. It is a 20 degrees of Gemini mercurial eclipse. Get into the details of what's been going on. Maybe get into the details even of your thinking and what it has been, and where you're willing to release some thinking, or where you're willing to study things. Breathe in information, be around content and people who share information that light you up with pleasure, that light you up with that sun, moon, luminary energy that is endless possibilities of something beautiful playing out in your life, right? So work with the eclipse energy. I really like to stress that it's like, don't be afraid of this. The eclipse is not going to just walk something into your life. If it's been energetically on the way, especially because this is a retrograde, likely you have been feeling the pull of it. Get quiet. Do that breath work for a minute. And even if you're not doing a full session of breath work, just stop right now. Just stop and breathe. Put your hand on your heart. If I wasn't afraid, what would I do right now? If I wasn't afraid, what are you trying to tell me right now? Right? Ask and breathe and connect with the endless possibilities that are available with this eclipse. Because whatever we begin here, we've got 6 months to play it out. Now, the other thing I want to point out that I think is absolutely phenomenal is that, there's a lot that is not clear. It is still a Mercury retrograde. This eclipse is challenging Neptune. Lack of clarity is absolutely real. But when there is a lack of clarity, what is the strategy? Pause, breathe, move slow, get another set of eyes on what it is that you're doing, because Mercury is still the trickster as well, right? So if things have been off par, if information has been not clear and or Neptunian, flat out dishonest, you're going to get that information over this next handful of months. It's really phenomenal, and you don't have to do a lot to get it to significantly push itself out. The details will come. So if you feel like you just can't remember what day it is, the logic pieces of you feel like they are scattered all over the place, you're right on time. You caught the correct bus. I just want you to know that you're not going crazy. Short of anything else going on in your life, energetically, it is quite sound to feel a bit off energetically right now, and that is nothing to be afraid of. Instead, trust your intuition, and remember, it's a mercurial eclipse. Look for patterns. What are patterns that you see, have seen, are observing in your life, in the world, in the things that you're looking back over because we're retrograde? What are the patterns, right? Because you can be misrepresented. Somebody can misrepresent themselves by what they're saying or by what they're doing. But what's the pattern? What's the pattern? We can't lie about our patterns. Patterns are just what they are. They're just how we live and how we show up. So what's the pattern that you're seeing around you? Because I will tell you, Mars is on its way out, right? Just on the 11th, Mars is on its way out of the energy of Cancer. So Mars is like, hold on a minute. Hold on, I can't do anything about this yet, but I understand that there is something going on. Mars in Cancer trusts the intuition. It absolutely trusts that intuition. Trust yours. What is bringing you joy in your life? What's making you feel like you can't breathe? What's making you feel like you don't have the details or the clarity around it? And just give it a minute. Just give it a minute, identify the patterns. And as Mars takes this leap, just June 11th, just a day later, into the energy of Leo, you'll have a little bit more fire motion forward to see directions to go. And where are you going to go? Likely with your delicious decisions to clean up something that has already been here. And it's something that's probably significant to your learning, speaking, thinking, and decision making, because you got 6 months to clean it up. But the freedom from whatever you're adjusting here from the Mercury retrograde, it's going to create this whole amount of space of new value. Because remember, what's coming next is, as we get ready to move these nodes, we're going to get to our next eclipse in December. And that one is going to be our first one on the Taurus axis, the Scorpio-Taurus axis. So we're making space. We're making sure we can breathe. We're getting the details sorted so that as we get into the Taurus-Scorpio axes, we can really be clear on the values of why we're doing what we're doing. How did I get here? Right? What were those baby detailed steps I took to bring this value in over here? What am I doing in a detailed daily way? What did I free myself from that now it really lets my self-esteem and my self-worth shine forward? And you're going to get a little sneak peek, a little snack. You know how I feel about snacks. You're going to get a little snack of that when we get to November and we have that eclipse in Taurus, because some things have to go. Some things have to go, and you're starting right now. Now, if in your chart you have got planets, you've got angles, you've got asteroids that are at 19, 20, 21 degrees, 17, 16, or 18, 17, 16, right there. If you've got things at those degrees of Gemini or Sagittarius, pay a lot of attention, because you're either having an event occur on top of those planets or they're happening in opposition to those planets. Now, also, though, you want to look, do you have planets or points that are at any of those degree numbers at all? Because you may be having some kind of interaction for sure. You know, if you've got something that is happening in another air energy, then you're going to be having a trine. And where do you have this ease of access that's available to you to actually do the cleanup? To do that is the detail-oriented cleanup work, right? So pay attention to those numbers in your chart. But more than anything, I really want to make it clear that what this doesn't have to be in this next couple hours before this eclipse actually happens, and we have this blotting out and this resetting of our emotional lives, feelings, soul intentions. It doesn't have to be Panic at the Disco, okay? It just does not have to be. If you've got an event happening on prominent placements in your chart, just pay attention. Pay attention, ask for guidance through it, breathe, hand on my heart. If I wasn't afraid, what would I let you show me? What would I let these energies show me? And move forward with the most evolved decision-making process and actions that you have available right now. We're here to learn. We're going to make mistakes. Things are going to come into our lives, and they are just invitations from the universe to engage. Right? It's the engagement. So this also gets to be an opportunity, I think, in the Gemini energy, which is very much so about perception, an opportunity for you to look into your life and say, where am I still having this thought process of things are happening to me? Instead of, this is a part of my astrology, this is a part of my life, this is a part of my story, how am I going to handle it, right? Gemini is really good at mixing some things up and letting you get a different perspective. So everything in your life that happens, I don't care what happens for you at 3:30 a.m. this morning or tomorrow morning when it's happening, ask yourself, how am I seeing this? How am I perceiving this? Am I seeing this as an opportunity to take a new perspective on something? Or is it that I already know the truth? This is how it is. This is what's going on. It's happening to me. You don't know. That's the thing I have to point out here. We don't know. Information is not clear moving forward. It's the clearest from the past right now. So I just wanted to do like a mini step in, because I just felt like there was so much panic going on, and I don't want that for us. I don't want panic. Sometimes it's hard, and sometimes the hard things come because it's our turn. on the wheel of life in our experiences to have that. And we get the opportunity, here being this little astrology soulmate family together, right? We've created a community here together, and we have an opportunity to walk through these things in a way that doesn't have to be panic ridden, even when it's hard. One more thing I just want to say to you guys before I go. Okay, it's two things, but one thing I want to say is truly, at this particular time in life, if the eclipse season, if the retrograde season is just going so well for you and you are living your best life, maybe you're one of the lifeguards on duty right now. You know what I mean? If you've got good energy and it is going well for you, send that out if you can and you're willing to the people who are not having the easiest time. Because I assure you, next time when you're having that hard time, we're going to need the other lifeguards on duty, right? Sometimes you're just at the ease of the wheel and sometimes you're a bit in the challenge. So if you're in the ease of it right now and you can and you're willing to just send some good vibes to your fellows, just know that's going to come back around to you 100,000%. Okay. So I just wanted to pop in, have a quick chat with you guys, bring that stuff down. I hope that you are enjoying the YouTube Academy like crazy. There is so much content. I realize I definitely have Gemini high at the top of my chart, so there is a lot of content that is available for you. Let me know how you're doing, though, in the comment section underneath this video if you can. How's the YouTube University going for you? Are you learning? Are you picking up some things? Is it filling in some gaps that you've got? We've got another class happening tomorrow with Kathy Rose, and she's going to be taking us through the first impressions, the hemispheres in the chart, which is very much so a concept from Noel Till. So I can't wait to present that and bring that to you guys as well. And it is confirmed, it is official. You'll see announcements going out, but we are absolutely going to do another year of the YouTube Academy. So we are gathering our teachers. We are putting together our intermediate syllabus next. So it is coming. Look for that. I hope you guys will be excited. I hope you will support it, and we will do another year of just genuinely delicious content learning. So I love you guys so, so, so much. I hope that this is helpful. I hope you sit with it so it hits your heart. Even if you're listening to it after the eclipse, breathe. Don't panic. Don't panic. Everything is in order, okay? All right. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye, everyone.